show really is sort of escapist entertainment. You know, it has the law in it, but it also has sort of, you know, very juicy storylines and beautiful locations, and it's a lot of fun.
I would call it kind of one part revenge fantasy, one part soap, a thriller that has a legal case, but it's a law show that's not at all about the law. We almost never go to court. It's what happens on the outside, and it's about all the power dynamics and the love interests and the rivalries and everything that goes on behind the scenes that you never get to see with prosecutors and with defense attorneys.
Everybody obviously knows Marcia Clark and her background and where kind of she came from, and so I always start with what I love and what attracted me to the show when I read it was that the first 10 minutes is her life, and we know it. Here's a celebrity that commits a double homicide. She's the prosecutor. He gets off, you know, and so we know that part of her life. Cut to, she gets out of town and starts a different life, you know, in a rural setting with someone else, which happens to be my character on the show. And then 7 years later, he does it again, and she gets sucked back into the world to go and get him the second time.
She's iconic, and she is. It's funny because she's such a dual personality. Like her former profession as a lawyer and who she was in that arena, and then now as a writer, you know, she's so warm and sweet. She's a sweet person, and I would have never guessed that Marcia Clark is sweet and, like, you know, so friendly and welcoming. And when we start talking about my shoes, you know, she's like like loves fashion and things like that.
I would describe it as a dynamic crime thriller, you know, that basically leaves you on the edge of the seat as to who did it. At each episode, it's a winding, twisting, very unpredictable kind of plot.
What hooked me when I first read the script was seeing the private drama unfold. Yeah, I think a lot of the times today you see all these public dramas, you know, whether it's something like TMZ or, you know, just celebrity culture, social media, all these things sort of playing out in a public forum, but we're never really privy to what's actually going on behind the scenes in these people's lives. And this is a story that, while they present you with what's going on in the public forum, you really get to be a fly on the wall with their private lives.
I think they'll be hooked by the story because it moves very fast and it never lets go of them. And I hope that they are coming back every week just because they want to know what's happened. And I think we've got a terrific ensemble cast of interesting characters, and I think they'll engage with those very quickly. I hope they do. There's a big variety to choose from. You know, it's a real ensemble, so, you know, if you don't like me, then there's a couple of other guys that you might like.